Here's something that neither Secretary Stevens nor I have much to do with. The charge by the junior senator from Wisconsin that we've had another year of treason under President Eisenhower. The charge that the CIA is infiltrated, infested with communists. The charge that the Department of Defense is full of communists. The charge at the Department of Justice, that the Attorney General of the Department of Justice, there's something phony about him. And the charge that the hydrogen bomb plants and the atomic bomb plants are full of communists. Well, where do we go from here as the American people? It would appear some of us want to end up in this country with just plain anarchy.
Will he, Symington, be willing to go under oath, the same as the rest of us are going under oath, the same as I have gone under oath and will go under oath, same as Republicans have gone under oath, and tell us the truth of what part he had to play with this? If he will merely consent to go on the stand and tell us why and how it happened that, number one, he got the political advisor of the Democrat Party to guide undercover the Republican Secretary of the Army, and number two, while our friend Sanctimonious Stu was advising...
Senator McCarthy, I resent that reference to my first name. You better go to a psychiatrist. I want no psychological bribes from you. Nobody in the Senate knows more about how to avoid testifying than the junior senator from Wisconsin. And everybody in the United States knows that that fact is true. There have been times when they wanted to put you under oath and you didn't want to go.
Mr. Symington has said that no one knows better than the senator from Wisconsin how to avoid testifying. I have now at this time made the offer to go on the stand and let him question me about everything. I don't care how irrelevant it is.
Mr. Chairman, I have decided to testify under oath before this committee. I believe that I will have performed a public service of overwhelming importance. If any action of mine can induce you to answer under oath the allegations formally preferred against you by the Senate subcommittee, and to which you have heretofore persistently refused to respond except to denounce the subcommittee. Accordingly, I propose that we agree on the following points. 1, you will agree to an investigation by a committee of the Senate. I will agree to take the stand in the present proceeding and to testify as to the events preceding the institution of these hearings. I trust that you will confirm your agreement with this program. If you are in accord, please sign as indicated below. Senator, here's the letter, and if you will sign it, then we can get this matter settled. Senator concluded?
Mr. Symington, I think, I'm glad we're on television. I think the millions of people can see how low that a man can sink. I repeat, they can see how low an alleged man can sink. He's been asked here to come before the committee and give the information which he has in regard to this investigation. He retorts by saying that he wants all of the old smears investigated. Now, may I say this, Mr. Chairman? If that is necessary in order to get Symington on the stand, that will be done. If the Vice President...
Sign the letter,
I will not sign the letter with false statements in it.
Sign the letter. Very simple. In the record.
Mr.
All you have to do is sign it.
Don't pull that. Don't pull that phony thing on me.
Sign the letter. There it is, Senator. Got my signature on it.
You have a document with false statements in it. I will not sign and agree that's true. Now don't... You're not fooling anyone. You're not fooling anyone, Mr. Symington. You're not fooling anyone. I have offered to go before any committee, do anything you ask. If I can just get you to come down here and take the oath so we can get the answers to some questions. Now, you're not fooling anyone at all.
Senator,
I'm sure of that.
Senator, let me tell you something.
The chair believes that
the American people have had a look at you for 6 weeks. You're not fooling anyone either. Could I ask you to prepare a list for me, Mr. Carr, showing persons of all categories who have free access to committee files and the approximate number involved in each category?
I could do that for you right now if you want to take the time.
All right, fine.
The committee members have access to the free access to the files. I, as staff director, have free access to the file.
Who's that?
I do myself.
Yeah.
Mr. Cohen does. Mr. Kennedy does. The rest of the legal counsel and the investigators do. And my secretary, or Mr. Cohen's secretary, would have access to the files if they went down there from me. The access would be through the file clerk. However, I don't preclude the possibility that if the file clerk wasn't there, they could physically find the file.
And it really wouldn't make any difference whether one had top secret and all the rest had secret, or one had secret and all the rest had top secret, if they all had access to the files. Isn't that right?
I would say that it wouldn't make a great deal of difference whether it was secret or top secret. No.
It would be unfortunate if we had a subversive on our staff and he hadn't had clearance, and then he examined an agency, and in that agency he got information which made it possible for him to betray the country.
It would be unfortunate, and it would be most unusual. We don't have any subversive on
Well, Klaus Fuchs was unusual, wasn't he? And so was Mr. May.
Certainly was.
Now, Mr. Carr, under the present rules for access to files of this committee, if a former communist who hadn't really reformed, or a subversive, or any security risk on this committee staff that might get on it, decided to betray his country by revealing the contents of a secret FBI document which he had found in these files, based to a possible enemy, it would be a relatively simple matter, would it not, for him to do that based on the way these files are handled? Will you answer the question, then we're going to go through it.
Just answer the question. I'm sorry.
The personal privilege you gave Mr. Symington the right to ask one question. I do want to raise that point before we leave this afternoon.
Raise it briefly, then, because we have to adjourn for the vote. Go ahead.
I will raise it as briefly as I can, but may I say that Senator Symington has been here by innuendo trying to smear this staff of young men who have been working to dig out communists. He's talking about what might happen if there were a subversive on the staff. I would like to ask him now, even though he's not under oath, whether he has any information at all of any kind to justify this attempted smear against these 14 young men who have done such an excellent job uncovering communists. If he has no information, then he should be honest enough to tell us. If he has information, he should take the stand and take the oath as these young men have been taking it. Now, may I ask you, Senator, do you have any information to indicate that there is anyone on my staff who is subversive, as you have indicated in your questioning?
Senator Symington, answer the question, and we're going to have to recess for the vote.
I will answer that question this way, Senator McCarthy. In all the years that I have been in this government, based on the testimony that's been given before this committee under oath, I think the files of what you call my staff, my director, my chief of staff, have been the sloppiest and most dangerously handled files that I have ever known of since I've been in the government.
All right, recess for 10 o'clock.
Mr. Chairman, now you can run away if you like, Stu. You can run away if you like. You have been here trying to smear the staff of this committee. The young men who have been working to uncover communists, you jump up and run away without answering the question. I have asked you a simple question. Do you have any evidence of any kind to indicate that there's any subversive amongst these young men? If not, you are leaving here this afternoon, leaving a smear upon the name of each and every one of them. You shouldn't do that, Mr. Symington. That's just dishonest. That's the thing that the Communist Party has been doing too long.
Apparently every time anybody says anything against anybody working for Senator McCarthy, he is smearing them and he's accusing them of communism.
Just answer the question. Do you know of any subversive?
That's the best answer that I could give.
Do you know of anyone?
Stand in recess until 10 o'clock.
You won't answer whether you know of any subversive. Mr. Chairman, even though the chair is leaving, Even though the chair is waving, I want to make this record. And Mr. Reporter, will you take this down? Mr. Reporter, will you take this down? Mr. Symington, other members of the Democrat Party here have been intimating that they know of some subversive on this staff investigating communists. I have asked Mr. Symington point blank to tell us whether he knew of any such subversive. He runs away. He won't answer the question. May I say that that is the most dishonest, the most unfounded smear upon some of the most outstanding young men that I have ever seen work to uncover communists. And before this is over, the American people have a better picture of it. I guess we must go and vote now.